Okay, so coming from here, this is where we stopped in the last class, and I'm going to be showing us how we're going to do the design. We already started the design, so this is where we were. We were trying to get these things done. We're trying to get the shapes done. We already started drawing up all this stuff. So I'm going to remove all this that we did and delete them. So we can start all over again. Delete this as well. So what we were doing generally was creating the concept. So this was some ideas we had. So we're going to use this as a home page, probably, yes, and probably have a, yeah, use this as a home page, use this as a details page. This one has the category page, this one has category search, and want to use this concept for our dark theme. It's colors. So we have our color guide here with the colors. So I'm going to, okay, I think I should do that. I think I should write out the colors on all the shapes here. Let's see if I can get this please on time. So start again. Okay, so I'm going to in here. I want to write out text code for each of these colors. So this 60, control C that. It's coming here. Control V that. That, and then I'm gonna shift it, move it to those points, and control D. Remember what it's about control D, right? So Figma will duplicate remembering the offsets of all this. We'll change this to white, white not, white. Okay. All right, so this color is B. Just copy and paste here. This one, copy, control C, and paste here. This one, copy this, and paste here. This one, copy it, and paste. Okay. This one, I copy it as well. Right. So the last color, play with this guy. This one will be, first of all, dark color. So it's 15 and then FBFB. Okay, so now we have the colors that will be used primarily. So for the dark theme, these are the colors that will be used. So this one will be here, and this one here. So for the dark theme, and we use bright theme. This color here, this color here. I think I'll change that to purple. And so these are the light theme and dark theme kind of colors that I was going to use. So corner radius for rectangles is 15, that's the least we have. Okay, and then type that is spacing. Probably we'll have consistent spacing of elements, spacing between text and objects will be 20 units. Okay. And basically that. Okay, now the typographic guide will have the header, subhead, heading text, body typography, body typography. So this one is for a body style, the body text. This one is sub body text. body text, I want to see 20. That's kind of high. Body is 14. Okay. So this one will be body head. Body head. So let's check this and give it name body head. So I created the textiles and just put it. So right now I'm just editing them. Okay, so button typography. So the colors that we will use will depending on whether we're using the dark tone or the light. All right, so let's get into business here. This large head is quite large, very big head. So I usually use this one for web pages. So for this is not that big page, so don't need that big. So we can make the size a little bit smaller. So 60 big, so it goes 64, 64 is fine for that. And then for the header typography, we could for the header typography, we could make adjustments as well. So I'm clicking on the style and I'm coming here to click on this to edit it. Then I can make this something smaller. So this could be 48, right? Then the subhead that could now make that a little bit smaller than 40. So let's go 40. Right, it's not so, the difference isn't so much. Okay, so we have 16, 20, 40, 48, 64, 32, 14. Okay, so let's go into design quickly. Remember, Figma requires that you create frames. You don't just create designs. This is my style guide. These are the shapes. So we're going to work with this. So continuing from where we stopped last class, this is our heading. Cut heading, and this one would be, let's not use buttons for this since I have a more stylized. Again, it's not a bad thing. So use what you want to buy. So we did this one. This one, use body head text. Okay. All right. Top searched. So now to placing images. We need to get images or at least get our images that we're going to use on time. Get them prepared. If you don't have them prepared, you can also as well as go through the plugins and get some images. Like the good thing about Figma is that you don't really need to download. Just use the plugins and put in the images as will help you. Okay, so first thing I want to do for this, I need to put an arrow. It's an arrow. With this selected, I'll go into my plugins, Iconify. I need arrows. All right, search with something with this arrow. Okay, so I need something some small like this. You might not see one in the right direction, so you can just get anyone and then turn it the direction you want. So to get something like this, I'll use this one. Okay, and color, no color, so I'll just import as frame. So importing as frame, we bring it in and change later. So I want to rotate it to that. So I hold down the shift key so it snaps 90. Then I want to change the color to our dark color. We have it here. Okay, so that's what I want to use. That's what. So you know that this is slide here. Okay, you could close this if you're done with it. If you want to open again, you could open. So based on the design, then we have some writings here. So this is starting from based on this guys. So I could duplicate this here and starting from here there 1999 something like that. Starting from 1999. Oh, the price of the projects there. 1999 is quite high. What's okay? Okay, then you have this option here. There's a kind of markup here. It's not really important, but if you want to, let me see. Let's cut it off. Okay, so that's like a card, top searched, and now because I want to delete this, I might want to have the carousel of top searched icons, right? So I could first of all turn this into a group, right? So that it's filled up with. Now, this might not be, the size in here might be too big. So let's try to make it small. Okay, that's fine. And this as well. I'll select all this and go on here. Okay. And I'll select this one. All right, so this is super price. Where's my there you go. My car. I didn't see my no, the arrow. Yeah, the arrow moved. The frame didn't move. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. Sorry. Okay. All right. So I moved my arrow. I'm going to select all this, all the text. See, did that again. Okay, did that again. Frame didn't move. Bring the arrow back down. Hope it stays this time. Okay, not staying. All right, I need to make sure it stays. So excuse me, I gotta get this guy in. So my arrow needs to be within. Let's bring that. Let's move, bring it right. So move the full frame up. The arrow cannot be without this frame. It needs this frame. Yeah. So let's just push both of them together. Okay. Now this frame and this guy, I want to make sure we're the same points. Same there. All right. So I'm zooming out. Yeah, sometimes things like that happen. You just have to make sure you know how to fix it. Good. All right, so this is not bad. The good starting point for our design. If you want to, you can make it longer. Okay, make it longer. So which is that the size of this is 350 and it says 50. Okay, so like I said, let's say this is what I want to get, and I want to know or the name because that's what the game mouse. This is the game mouse. Okay. So I could select everything here and create a group with it. So this group now becomes my car. Nope, this has to be in group 5. Yep, that is 5. Okay, so now I could make a copy of this with the same distance, maybe distance of 10. Let's see that 10. But 10 is fine. So I could change this icon here now. This shape, I could change it to something else. So I want to get something from here. So let's go to Pexels plugin, and I want to download headphone PNG. Oh, I said ONG, PNG. Right. It ain't working. It doesn't recognize. Let's go headphone. Oh, here, headphone. Nah, don't work. What we call that? Earbuds. You get me earbuds. Okay, so let's see if it gets the PNG version of it. No, it will not. Okay, all right. So let's just work with what we have here. So let's say I got some earbuds here. Right. Okay, let's pick this one. So it replaces it at once. Now that's one of the good things about replacing pictures. You just click at places. Okay, so let's close this. I need to make corrections in this one. So it has a layer blur, and the effect of the layer blur is to blur it out. Okay. Okay. So I want to also change the gradient of this guy to match this, just so that we don't have too much of disparity between them. You know, uh, more like, and then this one. Let's see. Mm, okay. So this one, I want to get it dark. The disparity is quite weird. Okay, we change much from it. It's just because it's a different uh, color. That's why I'm trying to do this. But it doesn't really need to. All you could do is get the shape to be in the. Let's get this guy below the right side here. Okay, and yep. So something like this. Then this option here changes to white. So this is gonna be earbuds capital ear. Okay, so that's starting from 9. Okay. So if this was supposed to be like a slide, probably I could make the last one, group of the same distance of 10. Okay, and I will change the picture this time for laptop. Let me use an image from my system, from my computer. Um, let's go with this. It said PNG, but it's coming from the background. I really don't know what's going on. Oh, right. Okay. So let's fit it. Quite small, don't we? Let's and then uh, headphones. I think is one word. Okay, centralize. Okay, touch products. Headphones. I'll turn them to the dark color because gradient itself won't be a gradient. It's be color of the same right here. Good. So that's kind of hidden. Okay. So we'll also put the blur here. So there was a blur here, right? Remember? Make it blurred out. Okay. Rotate the blur. Keep it it's up to you wherever you want. Blur. Okay, and this one, turn the blur, turn it up. Yeah. Any angle. Okay. Shift the design upwards. Okay, so like I said, I want to make this a carousel. So for it to be a carousel, I will have to put them in all in a frame. So select this, and this together, and then I will frame that selection, frame it. Okay, now they are in a frame. Okay, oh, let's do that. So select this, this. Make sure first of all that these groups are in the same place. Okay. I have two group files. Okay, I can make this group 7. Let's call it headphone card. This one will be earbud card, and this one will be mouse card. So this is why we rename our stuff. Okay, so let's put all of them inside the so they're all in the home page. Now we can't see it because the home page has got some clip. So turn off the clipping contents, you see this. select the home page, turn off the clip content. So what I want to do, like I said, I want to frame this, this. Click and frame selection to create singular frame. All of them. See that? Okay. So now, since they are framed right now, I could do all layout or make it horizontal. Okay, so that when I use see it frame the frames. Okay, so this creates a layout of the horizontal, so that we don't see anything less than this. Okay, and then let me come back here and click content on C. Okay, so how does this work? Say if I go into the prototype now, all right, and view the for this frame exactly, let's go go. Okay, then I can do something like this. While this guy is here, I can go start points, click on go start point. Versus. Let me just show you how that works very quickly before we move on to something else. Right, so now because it's start flow, so now you can see scroll. So that's just the animation. I can't do that with any other thing else. So that's why we frame them. So when you want to create a carousel like that, you create a frame of the elements, and then the type change it to scroll. Right, horizontal. Right, so just wanted to show that. Going back here. Okay, so that was just for that. All right, let's go around to the other parts of the design. So here we have uh, other points we could put in here. A link for the categories, kind of like a category search. So we could just put a top here, just alt and drag this. So this could be holding down shift to make sure I have equal spacing. I'm giving the same spacing I have here. This is 19, so make spacing between this 20. This one spacing should also be 20, right? And maybe this could be categories, right? And then probably we could have similar option like this, and based on this design. So bring this down here to that. Go down shift and go. But this might not be uh, as big as this, right? Okay, I know here is big, but I don't want to have, we have plans to create category page like this. So let's try and make this element a little bit smaller, right? So let's go move the contents, the clip content is the home page. So click this content. For this guys, I'm gonna click the frames. I want to reduce the size of the elements inside of it. So we're just going to do something like this. This is gonna go out. This guys, let me start with a mouse card. Smaller. Make all of them small. Make all of them small. changes to our problem. All right. Okay, then I can come into, let's say this would be for um, let's get this off. Let's this to things. Right. More. Active. So for the text, this is a big size, so I can make it out to fit. As I'm typing, when typing the text, the stuff keeps increasing. Okay. For this, then make it a bit longer. And then now do this one. This could be laptops, right? This, this, this size. See more. Okay. And also change this. Actually, delete this. Control delete this. Delete this. Pick this. That. Hold shift this. Control C. B. Let's make sure. This would be laptops. See more. This. So let's do that. Okay, so the sizing of this, I want to make that. Okay. All right. So for laptops, should be it. Change it back to these specs. Phone as well. All right. So Now just to change the icon here. So I have to come in, look for my computer. That's for phones. For phones, get picture of phones. Click open. Just replace that phones field. Same thing. This change the image to laptops. The laptop here. Generally, I'm just trying to get design here. Now, because this is an image, so I will make this the card itself. Yeah, so I can get rid of that union. Okay, this card itself. Make it fitting. Okay, round off the edges. Yeah, 15, right? Okay, do the same with this guy. Round off the union. For a minute, let me first of all get the shape to increase the car. Stuff like that. Yeah, we have this. Round this up to 15. Round the unit. Just so that it's something different. Okay, so this should be like this. So that's on top. And then still with the blur stuff, have this coming up this way. Same thing with the other one. With the, I think this earbud part. So take a picture. Go into the where we got the blur, layer blur, and then make some changes. A little bit more. Not so much that we can see what's happening with that. Okay. And then the name laptops, of course. Oh, we're gonna change the text. We should raise fonts up as well. They're the same level. Okay. Okay. So that's for that. And let's be sure. So let's feel the laptop. This. Up. And then, since this is a laptop, I'm just trying to make sure it's for my I'm just trying to make sure everything is kind of matched with similar heights for this frame. So we do another layout. So let's simplify it. Structuring. Let's keep the structuring. Format that. And this guys, the rectangle, see more, this and the arrow. Move them up here and resize them for this world. To actually delete this and just copy this. Remember, yes, we so this the rectangle, this see more, and this guys needs to be in a group. So that whole group, copy it, paste it here. Right. So in case you're having issues like this, just kind of tweak, tweak, and tweak, and tweak until we get it done. But it's not hard to get done. All right, so let's say we got that, and we want to draw the spacing for the menu, this navigation. Okay, so we're gonna have the rectangle here, this size. Right, so not going to be longer, just split up. Then we have all this stuff. Well, ours will be different. We're going to just go ahead. The concept of the icons is that they should lag on top of the red line, not below the red line, so that you can have space for the icon. Like if it's an iPhone, you have space for holding down shifts to increase stuff like that. Make it rounded corners on both sides. To have that stuff, so I think make it a little bit thicker. Of course, good. Then align it to the center. Right. Okay, so now we need to get the icon. So what we have, or what we're trying to get, is the home icon. We want to get home. We want to get icon for categories, the icon for services, for others accounts. So we don't really need an icon for about us. So all right, so let's go here and stay with this. We go to modify. So let's type home first. Let's see what we got for home. Okay, so we got some nice home buttons. Let's pick one that suits your color. Let's import as frame. Okay, so that one is in there. Home, right there. Make it, let's make it that colors, dark colors so you can see. Okay, so we need another one. We need services, right? Let's see, well, which one would be best for services. This looks like a good one for services. This looks like a good one for services. Okay, but more like settings. So just check for the one that fits what you're looking for. So I think I'll go with this services. Yeah, for this frame, because when we get that one here, same thing. Change to dark color. Yeah, if you are not content, probably you want to change an icon, you just replace it. This icon, this button here, just click on replace. Okay, so next is orders. Let's see if we have something on orders here. Orders, what looks like an order? uh, let's see. Order something. Let's see which one looks like order. Place an order for some. Hmm, let me type by. This looks more like a cart. So, thing. Okay, let's go back to order. So let's pick something. Orders. Let's say this more looks more like a calendar system. Let me just pick something. As we move on, we can make changes along the way. Okay, so others, we could replace it with something else. All right, next we are looking for is accounts. Yes, so we got profile. So this is a good one. Profile. Use this one. So any of them is okay. So whether you're going for the round one or you're going for this, still fine. So basically, what we want to what we want to maintain is we started off having field uh, stuffs, right? So we want to make sure we have field icons throughout. So let's go with this for Okay, and then so that's accounts, others, the services, categories, no categories, no categories, yes. Uh, we use this, we use this. Let's see. Nope, not a good one. Categories there. So let's go with this. Okay, so if for any reason you want to change anything, you could just come back here, please. Right. So we have all these icons here, and we're going to increase their sizes. Basically, they don't all have the same size. So we're just going to go our old shit so that it's uniform. Okay, so this guy, this categories, this is services, this is orders, this is profile. Make it a bit large. That the profile is not kind of big. This is kind of small. Big, so we hold all of them and quickly just arrange them and line them all. All right. So now take our texts from here. Okay, this guy swap. Supposed to swap. Where's the laptop? Yes, it's not supposed to. Okay. Okay. So let me copy this text and I will to home. Make it a smaller text. I'll break it to the size 13. Let's see what we got here. Let's break apart this one. Okay, so let's put the home both. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want the text on the home. So I want to see if this distance here is the same. This is not. This is 13. So no, it's not. Even though their spacing is equal. So let's first of all group these guys, call them nav icons. Okay, so the nav icons have to be centralized, right? Okay, and then we can move this. Okay, and then we can move this one. Yeah, Control D to this will be categories, right? I want to arrange them. Services, orders, and this will be accounts. Don't worry about the text, we'll arrange them all. Oh, I think I'll make them just a little tad smaller. This will be here. And provide product. This here, here, product. This is nice. This product. Okay. Okay, so this is basically what we call it as Clarion ideology, or what this looks like. So there's a home page kind of thing. So because we are in the home, I'd like to ungroup this guys first of all. So ungroup them. Right. So since we're in the home, we like to make sure that there is a kind of symbol like this showing that okay, we are in the home page. So I'm gonna go in here and take a circle, or it could be a rectangle anyway. So for our design, let's go with a rectangle. So let's draw a rectangle above the home page like this. Yep, something like that. And we're gonna change the color to white. Okay. Um, no, no. Okay, now let me use that version of color. So I'm gonna put that behind the home. So I'm gonna put behind the home icon and the home text. Home icon is going to be white. So that is going to be larger. Show that yes, we are in the page. Okay. And then the text as well. The home text is going to a lot larger. So first of all, make it white. Okay, and then bring it close to where the home is. Like that. So anytime we have a sample uh, shape or something that is iconized, we can make it that it is shown as a much larger or much bigger size. So for this rectangle, it could be a box, a complete box, or we could round it up as in the corner radius if you want to. So let's say I want to make it 20. Okay, so just to make so we know right now is when you are in some page, this that's gonna appear be more emphasized. So we're in categories page, category comes up, then falls back. Okay, so we have this and we have this. So basically, we have our page ready to go. So make it right. Okay, we have so it's kind of nice ones. And for instance, you could also make a piece of this just for the down sake. So it's all behind these guys. But we're going to select this and click content so that we don't see it. Now the reason why we have that is so that if you go into your prototype, that page, you could tell it's vertical scrolling, okay, and when you do a flow, okay, we have this flow. But you notice the navbar is floating alongside it. So we don't want the navbar to so what I'm going to do for that is all this content here, everything that's right here, I'm going to make it fixed. Okay, so I'll select this. Let's go in so that can so I want to select. I want to select this. So basically all this, right? All the lines. No, this rectangle. Which one is this? Yep, this one too. All these guys. Right? Make them group. Let's see if that's the group. Yep, that's it. That's all right. We can get all of them. missed something here. Let's see. Yeah, I missed that. So I select all of them up to here, give them a group. Let's be sure it's grouped. Yep, they're all grouped. Okay, so now that group in the prototype option, I'm going to tell it to be fixed, stay in place. Okay, that's the only thing I'm going to change. Right, so let's do the flow again. So we check the flow, and we see it's now fixed. Okay, let's see that. So next row when going prototype, you can output. When you click on this, this comes up and this goes down and on and on. So basically, but this clicks and you can see this one still moves. Okay, but this one is intact. And that's what we want to do. So what we want to do, like you can see here, the reason why we gave this line the space and all the stuff is on typical phones, this place might be on your phone. So you have to make sure your design doesn't go behind it. Okay, your design has to be under it. So that's why I said 50 is the safest bet for you. We could go level wide than 50, doesn't matter. We could go 60, but 60 will be almost too much. So this is fine. And then we have the padding because here obviously the design is not supposed to. And unless you are scrolling like this, okay. But every other thing should stop within the margin grading. Okay. So that's the concept and the reason why we have all these rules around space. So I've shown how to create boxes, the elements, the tabs and stuff like that. So what we could do next is uh, we could create what we call components out of certain things. So like these options here, I could create a component out of it so that I can reuse it. So I don't have to be building it every time. Okay. So for components, I use to create repeatable items or objects in your scene. So select that, and you can right click for the component, or just go up to the properties bar here and click on this option to create a component, or do Control Alt K or Command Alt K, Command Option K if you're using Mac. So let's go create components. So for the component, you see it turns purple, and now it's here. It's shown as purple the component. So if you go into your assets panel, you see created in this file one component. So if you click on it, you see the component that's created. So what that means is if I create a new page, right? So iPhone 16 Max, okay, bring it down. I can bring this component in here, okay, and just place it. I don't need to redo it again. I just bring it in and place it. Okay, another good thing about components is this. Because I have the original component here, so on edit the components. So this is the main component right now. I can actually remove this, okay, so that I can make an edit to it. This is the instance of the component. So that's the thing about components is the original doesn't have to be in the scene. Yeah, the original could be somewhere else. So now I could create an instance of this component. So to create an instance of the component or a variant of the component, click on this diamond here to add a variant to it. So now the variants of this component, I can now add a few more components. So let's say, for instance, one more. I'm supposed to add 1, 2, 3, 4. So have 4 variants. But let me show you why I'm creating components here. So now we had this guy swirling, right? So I could come into this component group. Okay. Move this here. And this I could bring back down to measure up with the others. Okay. And this I could resize back down. meanwhile and change them back to um, the colors that we're in. This is gray, right? Good. Now this, make it bigger. And this, with that, I make white. Okay, so what else is missing is the option under it. I think, yeah, no, so I think everything should upload. Yeah, we upload that so I can see. So this is categories, right? Yeah, so I make that white. Okay, so I know that in this, when this rectangle is here in this component, okay, when this rectangle is here, this guy is the one that is in check. Okay. Then I could do that same thing with the next one. Let's take it up. Do that same thing with the next one. So I move component, I hold down shift so I can get intact. Yeah, right. Okay, so I get this down back to his where his peers are. Okay, come back to this guy. Bring this one down. That's normal. So forgive that I'm not checking out the exact sizes. I just want to show this element here. Increase this one. Tab up in the center. And then the text as well. Bring up. This is for services. And bring up all that and make it white. And make this white as well. Okay, so I have this. I have all the tolerance check. Okay, so now this is the essence of components. Okay, this is the instance. So check this out. Now in my prototype, I can tell this component to become or select a portion of this component. Let's say the default component. If I click on the which one is that, categories, I guess. This no, that's on at categories, right? If I click on categories component, it should take me to this. So on tap, change to variant to smart and weights. So he's out. Okay. And I could say if I click on services for this component as well. So where services? That's services there. Let's tell services to become variant 3. Same concept here. Right? And then in component 2, I do the same. If I click on home as the home, it should become this components. So same, Figma remembers everything that's happening here. Then if I click on services, services should become this one. And then if I go to variant 3, which is this guy, if I click on home, home will bring me back here. And same instance, services, I'm already on services. So categories, if I go categories, categories should bring me here, right? So basically we have that back and forth, right? Okay. So now let's go back to our game here. So this is our app. Let me do shift 2 so that we can have a view. Review this. So check this out. We have the sliding, right? We have the scroll. So I created that to fix that. I forgot about that. So let me do it again. So this guy fixed same place and not move. Okay. So I do that. I refresh so you can see now fixed. Okay, but then now if I click on this, watch this. Ooh, lovely, right? Go back. See that? Lovely. That's the animation there. So that's the concept about building. So in our next class, I will deal more on this that we can finish up with design, allow you to complete the design. So take care, have a good one. And if you have any questions, don't forget to ask. Don't be shy. I will answer your questions.